the high achievers. This is not exhaustive or complete list. There were numerous people who passed. 5 sheets have been circulated with the students as well, showing student marks. But this sheet highlights something very important. One very smart, intelligent student, Lakshmi. She got 84% marks. And you can see that people score as high as 84, 82, 77%. The passing marks are just 50. But these exceptional students have done something which have led them to score as high as 84, 34 marks above what they actually needed. So these are some of the marks, and one important thing about today's session is that Lakshmi is going to join us. As soon as Lakshmi joins us, Lakshmi, if you have joined, do let me know by putting a message in the chat box so that we can talk to Lakshmi. We can ask what Lakshmi actually did to get such high marks. All right. So, okay, Lakshmi is over here. So before proceeding further, we will talk to her. She is absolute genius person. Okay. Getting such high marks is a two-way thing. She deserves all the credit. I know she was one of the, or in fact, the most genius and smartest student. She did not ask me a lot of questions. Probably she used to understand things by watching the videos herself. And she has been like this for the past as well, if I remember. So she is a genius. She deserves all the credit. But the purpose of our session is that we help other students to pass the exam as well. And I will talk to her. Are you all ready to listen to her? How she got such high marks? Yes or no? All right. Lakshmi is going to be back in a second. And we will talk to her. We will listen to her, what she actually did, how she used to study, what was the revision strategy, what she actually covered. Because if she can do, she can score 84. So I believe you all can benefit from listening to her as well. How are you, Lakshmi?
I'm good, sir. How are you, sir?
I am fine. In fact, you must be fantastic. I am really happy and proud of you. You got such high marks, 84 in AFM, in a professional exam. It is a genius work, isn't it?
Thank you, sir.
Welcome. All right, excellent, Lakshmi. It's good to see you, and I am very, very impressed. You are genius. Okay. All right. Students, here we go. She is here, she is online, and it is a big, big opportunity for all of you to learn from her what she did. Lakshmi, first thing, when did you actually started the classes? And let's say give any 3 suggestions or tips openly, freely, whatever you think you did, which actually made you score so high.
Sir, I actually joined your course in March itself as soon as my APM was done with.
All
But
right.
then I had my college exams in between, so 1 month went by in that way. I started preparing only by April first week.
All right. So you started from 1st of April after your
Yeah.
college exam. That means
Yes,
you
sir.
had only 2 months total, April and
Yes.
May. Wow.
Yes.
So you are more intelligent, in fact. Okay. And any tips? How did you actually start? What did you do initially? Then what you used to do for entire day, some routine?
So since I had very less time, what I did is I tried to cover up the conceptual parts as soon as possible. So like I spent around 1.5 weeks or so covering all the concepts and making short notes as and when I watch your videos. And after
All
that,
right.
I shifted my focus to past paper solving. And the
Hmm.
top 50 questions that you had given, those were really a game changer because every question had very different adjustments. Like you
Correct.
get to learn from the questions itself.
Nice. So if I summarize till now, number one, you quickly covered the chapter by chapter, the conceptual lessons, just to get an idea of everything, correct?
Yes.
Number two, you moved to past papers, you focused on the 50 questions list, and you did past papers and you learned from past paper rather than applying the concepts, it was learning from past paper. Is it so?
Yes.
All right.
Yes, sir.
Now, do you think that doing past paper, because many students message me, sir, I am not able to do a past paper myself. So what I tell them is that you are still in a learning process. Do a past paper couple of times, you will get comfortable, you will get knowledge. So what are your comments about this?
So that statement is what actually drove me to this because I started
Hmm.
with past papers. My initial struggle was to understand the question itself. Reading the requirements, I was like, okay, it's easy. I read the question, I'm not able to find out what I should be picking up from that and writing it. So I
Correct.
watched your videos to understand like where to pick what from, how to frame your answer from that, how to solve questions.
Hmm.
Initially, I didn't focus on time. I took as much time as possible and solved each question. And I like wrote down the reasons behind each adjustment. Like rather than ratifying it, I picked up the reasons for each
Logical.
adjustment.
Correct, correct. Okay, and let's talk about the theory and the practical. Like this paper is a balanced paper, correct?
Yes, sir.
50% or more or less theory and 50% practical. So any comments about how to manage practical and then how to manage theory? Because a lot of students message me that they are still not able to write as good as ACCA answers. So what about that problem?
Within the time available in exam, it's never possible to produce the same answers as ACCA. So
Correct.
the approach should be like for each mark you should write 1 point. So if it's an 8 marker theory question, write minimum 8 points or exceed it by 1 or 2 points if possible.
Correct. Okay.
And,
And what was your daily routine? How many hours you used to give? Because you had only 2 months. I know you must be putting 6 or 7 hours, but tell me what was your routine like? How many hours daily you used to study, and how many hours of lectures and how many hours of practice or something? If there was some plan, share it with all the students.
I'm an early morning person, so I used to wake up early at like 3:30, 4 o'clock, and then I'll study.
3:30.
Yeah.
Oh my God. Okay.
But I take breaks in between. Uh,
Correct. Correct.
so
Okay.
I spend most of my time in numerical parts, like solving each part 2 to 3 times just
Mm-hmm.
to get the hang of how to answer questions. And for
Mm-hmm.
the theory part, initially I tried typing it out and understanding each part. And after that,
Mm-hmm.
I kept revising that constantly.
Okay. Okay, one more thing. Like if we are doing past paper, and is it important to do all the past papers in the CB software or Word and spreadsheet, or is it better to initially try to understand the papers rather than doing everything and do some practice at the last days? What is your suggestion about this?
Actually, initially understanding and then solving it towards the end is better. But since I
Correct.
didn't have time, I had to do it from the start stage itself.
Understood, understood. Okay, anything else that you want to talk to students about? Anything that any material you used or anything which will benefit them? And students, if you have questions, you can put your questions in the chat box as well. Let's ask her 1 or 2 questions. She had got 84 marks, so we must benefit from her. Okay.
I mainly used your theory notes
All
because
right.
they cover almost every theory topic.
Okay.
And learning from past papers was like for each theory concept in that, I'll initially take your notes, read the theory, I'll understand that concept, and then I'll see
Okay.
how the ACC answer has applied that theory.
Correct.
and then I'll try to like frame my answer out of it. So how to
All right.
apply the basic theory that you learn. But all the basic understandings are there in your theory notes.
The 67 pages booklet and the
Yes.
summaries, these two
Yes, sir.
things. Okay,
Yes.
okay, okay. And the 50 questions, if someone does those 50 questions, do you think they can easily pass? Like if
They
they
can
do the
easily
50
pass,
questions
sir.
easily,
Because
they cover
each
all the
question is
concepts.
very different.
Each question is different. Correct, correct. And if I talk about your exam paper, what were the three questions that were asked? And do you feel that around 40-50% was same as past paper, recent past paper, or the treatments were same, or they were very different?
I had like many of the adjustments similar to what I had solved in those 50 questions. My
Hmm.
first question was based on like some 5 to 6 marker on hedging,
Hmm.
and the rest around 18 to 20 marks were based on investment appraisal. It had
Okay.
forex into it, but majorly focused on investment appraisal.
All right.
And then the second question turned out to be of acquisitions and mergers.
Okay.
It was a tricky adjustment, but that particular part was there
Hmm.
in those 50 questions, and I
It
remember
was in the
solving.
questions.
Yeah.
Okay. Good, good, good. And then the third one,
The third was one thing I hated the most, dividend.
dividend
So,
valuation, dividend capacity. Okay, okay, okay.
not dividend capacity, that was better, but I had to analyze the company's dividend policy over a few set of years and apply
Okay.
behavioral finance to it.
Okay, okay, okay. So if roughly out of 100 marks, what you can say if someone is doing those 50 questions and the theory, what he can, obviously there will be no word to word repetition, but if we talk about conceptual repetition, out of 100, how many marks will come from those 50 questions and the 67 pages booklet and everything? Roughly.
Minimum 60 marks will come.
Okay, minimum 60 marks concepts will be same.
Yes.
Nice. That's really good. Okay, there is one question. What was your strategy in the exam room? So anything you want to talk about that?
Focus mainly on time management and be very calm. Like as I said, my last question was on dividend. One thing that
Mhm.
I'm very nervous about, and something that I was a bit confused also. Like I didn't know how
Mhm.
I'll attempt that question. So just be very calm. Don't get panicked. Don't get nervous at that time. Think
Mhm.
rationally. What would you do in that situation? And
Correct.
just try to develop points. Don't leave the question blank, and
Okay.
mainly focus on time management. Like while solving also, it's very
Mhm.
difficult to complete it within time, but practice that at home itself.
All right. So how you attempted the questions in the sequence? Question one,
Mm.
two, three.
Yes.
Okay, in the same sequence. And you started with question one, that is the 50 marks question, correct? And there must
Yes,
be a
sir.
report in the question. So you
Mhm.
read the question first properly, and then you started with the computational area first, correct? And then the report? Correct.
I just prepared the draft report format as you always say,
Okay. Okay.
and
All
then I
right.
went on to computational part.
All right. That's great. That's great. So students, I hope that you all have listened to her. If there is any question, please put it in the chat box. We can ask a couple of questions to her. Okay. What did you do when you got stuck?
I thought of those. See, behavioral finance, it's a topic that's there in the notes again.
Yeah.
And dividend policies also, the 3 or 4 different policies also are there in the notes. I
Correct.
tried relating those two, and then I kind of calculated the ratios. Like in one of your
Hmm.
videos, you had told where to grab the easy marks first,
Correct.
which common ratios you can calculate. So I
Common
did
issues.
those. Those computational parts will anyways get you marks. They can't cut your marks if it's correct.
Correct. Correct. Correct. Okay. One more question. How many minutes to allocate for section A and section B?
For section A, 50 marks. See, I followed that ACCA timer only, 1.8 minute
All
per
right.
mark.
1.8 minutes per mark, correct. So you
Yes.
spend around 90 minutes for section A and the rest 90 minutes. And you
Yes.
try to complete the entire paper, attempt all the questions, correct? So that
Yes.
you grab marks from anywhere. Okay, that's good. That's good. I'm very thankful that you joined the session, you addressed the students. You are a true source of inspiration. Trust me, Lakshmi, you have a high potential and you have to do this good even after your ACCA. I am very, very happy. To be honest, I am very happy to see you over here. And I am very thankful on part of my students as well that you joined the session to guide them. Thank you so much. Thank you so
Thank
much,
you, sir,
Lakshmi.
and thank you so much for calling me in.
Thank you so much. Take care. Bye.
Thank you, sir.
Bye.
Bye.
Thank you.